Hey guys, so I'm Bree and usually I'm here with my girlfriend Amy, but today is National Coming Out Day, so I thought that I'd make a coming out video. I've actually never told my whole coming out story to somebody before, so this is going to be kind of weird because it's my first time telling it in full. So people ask me all the time, oh, when did you know that you were gay? How did you know? All those pretty basic questions that you ask a gay person. I honestly knew that I was different in elementary school. And when I tell people that, they're blown away. They're like, oh, well, you were so young, how would you know? I feel even people who figure it out later in life, they think back and they see signs of when they were younger and they're like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? I've always known since I could remember. I always tell people it was since I was 5 years old because the furthest back I can remember. I didn't come out to any of my family until freshman year / sophomore year of high school. So that's a big gap. But I came out to a couple of my friends and pretty much my whole middle school in 6th grade. My 6th grade year was when everybody started coming out, and I think that was a really cool thing to do, is to be gay or be bi. And so when I came out, because I came out because everyone was coming out, and I was like, oh, let me come out too, maybe it won't be as weird. So I came out, and I remember everybody called me a follower, and they were like, you're not really gay. It really got to me at first. Now that I think back at it, I'm like, why? And all of the people who said that they were gay in 6th grade and called me a follower are now straight and either have boyfriends, husbands, fiancés, you know what I mean? So I'm now I brush it off and I'm well, who was really gay? This guy. I had my first girlfriend in 8th grade, and it was, obviously when you're in 8th grade it's nothing serious, so it was but it was my first real girlfriend that people knew that we were together. It was okay for a while, it was really exciting, and I actually remember we were sitting in it was our writing class, and we sat kind of next to each other. I was in this row and she was in the row next to me, but she was one seat ahead. And I remember she passed me a note and it said, will you be my girlfriend? And I was like, same. Yes. Then we started dating, you know, and we hung out all the time. We took I took the bus home with her a couple times, to her house. We'd hang out, and it was it ended up being on and off until freshman year of high school, because it just ended poorly. You know, we were young, she thought it was okay to hang out with another girl, and I ended up hating the other girl that she was hanging out with because she said that that was her girlfriend, and I was like, you know what, I'm done. I would say my first serious relationship freshman year of high school, and it went on, it was a 1.5 year relationship, on and off, but we were on for almost a year, and it was it was great. It ended and it wasn't really a bad ending, and it's just that we were different people, and so we went our separate ways. I ended up telling my aunt in California. I told her first that I was gay, and I honestly don't really remember her response specifically, but I do remember that it was good. I also told my neighbor, which is so weird, but I just felt I could trust her. And it was actually on Black Friday. I remember we were going to Toys R Us, and we talked about it the whole way to Toys R Us, wicked late at night, because we were going Black Friday shopping. I wasn't ready to tell my mom yet, or my dad, or anybody else in my family yet. So I feel these people that I told, and it's not in a bad way, but I feel it helped me practice coming out to somebody. I was in a relationship with this girl freshman year, and I remember I also told my stepmom. So I feel telling my stepmom was another step of telling the rest of my family, you know. It started with my aunt who lived far away, and then it started with my neighbor, and then it went to my stepmom, and And I feel like people, like when I tell people parts of this, they're like, oh, like was your mom upset, blah blah. And like I feel like my mom might have been a little upset, but I didn't do it to like intentionally hurt anybody in my family, you know what I mean? Like it was just like steps for me, like it just, and now that I'm thinking about it, this is the first time I'm telling my coming out story. I like have just figured it out that I feel like it was steps for me. I told my stepmom, she was fine with it. She didn't tell my dad, she didn't tell anybody, she was awesome about it. And like she knew for, I don't know, I feel like it was a month or two before I ended up telling other people. Like it wasn't that long. So the girlfriend that I had, I would post pictures with her on Facebook, but I actually blocked my whole family like from seeing that specific album just because like I wasn't out yet, but I wanted to also post pictures of me and my girlfriend like to my friends and stuff, you know what I mean? So Christmas of 2011, so my dad at his house, we all get together, like his side of the family, we all get together for Christmas. And my grandmother's stepsister, sorry if I get that wrong, I have no idea the relation, it's something like that though. I like forgot to block her because obviously like I see her like once a year if that, so I didn't think to block her. My stepmom comes up to me, and my stepmom knows at this point, and she comes up to me and she's like, so just so you know, so and so told your grandmother about the pictures that you post on Facebook of you and your girlfriend, and she showed her the pictures and stuff. So I'm livid, like I am so angry. Like just imagine, like you're not personally ready to come out and somebody outs you to somebody so important to you as your grandmother. It just made me feel like shit. Like that's the only way I can describe it. Like I was so angry and I didn't even know what to do. And I was like, all right, cool, like what the hell do I say? And so like it was just so awkward the rest of the time because obviously like she told my grandmother, like other people knew too, but like it didn't get around too much because my dad still didn't know. So Christmas was shitty that year, and New Year's Eve came around, and I also do New Year's Eve at my dad's too. Like we just have like a get-together party. We watched the ball drop and my girlfriend was over. Obviously she was just my friend. My stepmom was like, you know, you should tell your dad because like you don't know if your grandmother's gonna say anything, and like I want it to come from you. And I'm like, yeah, true. So, but what made me nervous is that like my girlfriend was there, like, you know what I mean? Like that would just be so weird, like, hey, I'm actually just gonna come out, but if you're not okay with it, my girlfriend's here. Like that it's like such a personal thing that it would just be so awkward. She was like, oh, you should make it like your New Year's resolution, or like tell your dad. And I'm like, okay. So like I was going to, but I still got so scared. So like we actually, to this day, I don't think she knows, but we actually miscommunicated, and she thought that I said go tell him, but I told her like to go get him but not to tell him, but she actually went in the other room and just told him for me, which was fine. Like I wasn't mad. It actually took the weight off my shoulders. She told him and she came back out and said that he was like excited about it, you know, because obviously dads are excited that I'm not gonna get pregnant and like whatever. So he was good with it. We actually didn't talk about it, like have a conversation about it for like, we actually still haven't had a conversation about it because he like was fine with it. He just knew I had girlfriends and he would ask about them, and oh my god, I'll never forget this joke. He was like, oh, I went to Auburn University in Alabama, it's so nice. There's a lot of girls there. And I thought that was so funny because that was the first time he had ever said anything about me being gay. And I was like, oh, cool. Just like brushed it off because I was like, cool, dad. But he's totally cool with it. Like that whole side of the family now is like so comfortable with it. And like my grandmother too, like she obviously wasn't comfortable with it at first, but I feel like she's grown so much to like accept it, and it like makes me so happy. Like she asks, like the person that I'm with now, like she asked me about her, and it's just so nice to have people that support you. So my mom, all right, so personally I always thought my mom knew. I thought that she knew from 6th grade. Like I thought that she had always known because I always had like the same best friend. We were like obsessed with each other, so I thought that she always knew, but she didn't. And so one day I was sitting on the couch, I remember, and I was like, all right, Mom, I gotta tell you something. And she was like, what? I'm like, I have a secret. She's like, what? And I was like, you know, and she was like, yeah. I'm like, that's my girlfriend. And she was like, she just kind of like looked at me and she was like, and then it was like she wasn't doing it in a bad way. It was actually really funny, but she got up and started like swearing, and it was so funny. Like, you would think if I was like, oh yeah, my mom got up and started swearing after I told her I was gay, and then she came back, I'm like, what? I'm like, I thought you always knew, that's why I just blurted it out, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, nope. And I was like, oh, well, I'm gay. Surprise. And then, like, she's obviously been totally fine with it. She'd never had an issue. And I feel like she was the one that I was most comfortable to tell, obviously, because I randomly was just like, hey, Mom, I'm gay. You know what I mean? So I've been really, really blessed to have such a supportive family and, like, friends. You know what I mean? Like, I have such a good support system, and I know a lot of people don't have that, and it makes me so sad. Who cares if I'm with a girl? Like, who cares if, like, some guy's with another guy? Like, what does it matter to other people? If you're happy with somebody, be happy with them. Like, it doesn't matter what gender you are, or if, like, you're transgender, or if you're bisexual. Like, people say, oh, bisexual is not real. I'm sorry, but I personally think it's real, because you can be attracted to more than one thing. Example, do you like to wear dresses? Yeah. Cool. Do you like to wear pants? Yep. So if you actually like to wear pants and dresses, you're attracted to dresses as well as pants. So if you want to wear those, go ahead. You know, like, you can be attracted to men and women. Like, there's no difference. Like, we're all people. It just makes me so mad when people say that bisexual isn't real, because it is. And I feel so bad for people who get put down about that and, like, questioned, because, like, why would you come out and say, yep, I'm bisexual, to make your life harder? You know what I mean? Like, it just makes no sense. Like, why would somebody do that to themselves? So another thing that I really hate is when guys come up to me and they're like, oh, I can turn you straight, or oh, I can, like, you're not really gay. It's just so aggravating, because, like, how do you know? Don't tell me what I am and what I'm not. It's just so aggravating. Honestly, if you're not out and you're scared of what your family will think or what your friends will think, the best advice I can give is it's not gonna be as bad as you think. I don't want to give false hope to some people, because some people's families honestly really won't accept it, and that's really, really sad. And I feel so bad for those people, because how can you have a child or any, like, grandchild or anything, or like a friend or like a best friend, and have them come out to you, which shows that they're trusting you and trusting that you're gonna love them anyways, and have you turn on them? That breaks my heart, because how can you do that to somebody that you love? Honestly, if you're still in the closet and you're scared to come out, I'm telling you that when you do come out, you're gonna feel so free, and you're gonna feel like you have no weight on your shoulders, and it just is so nice to live life the way that you were born to live it. Like, I love walking around with my girlfriend and being able to hold her hand and kiss her when I want, and, like, bring her around my family and have them know that that's not just my friend. Like, that's the person that I love with my whole heart, and, like, I want to be with her. And to have people that you love support you in that and support your relationship, it's such a good feeling, and it's so worth it. I feel like even if you have somebody in your life that doesn't accept you when you come out, and it's gonna suck, like, it will really, really suck, but I feel like you'll always have at least somebody that's gonna accept you, and you'll meet new people, and you'll have all these friends, and you're gonna be so happy because you're living your life as yourself. If people don't accept you, that's their problem. It has nothing to do with you. That's all in their own head, because why does it matter to them? Why does it matter who you love and who you want to be with? Why does that has nothing to do with anybody else except you and the person that you're with. Or if you're just coming out for yourself and you're not in a relationship, it has everything to do with you, and that's it. So if anybody ever tries to make you feel like you're not supposed to be who you are, they're irrelevant. Like, they're just, I don't even know. They're just so irrelevant. Like, why? I'm sorry. I'm gonna start getting upset because I just don't get how people can't accept their kids or their friends or their grandchildren. Come out at your own pace too. Like, it took me to come out to everybody in my life. It took me, what, 4 to 5 years? Like, my whole life, because I've known I was gay my whole life. Like, it's just something that you have to do at your own pace. But please don't stay in the closet your whole life, because you will miss your whole life, because you won't be living your life as yourself. And I hate seeing people that are still in the closet and they're just too scared to come out. And I'm like, I know it's hard, but you're gonna feel so much better. That's my story. That's it. I know probably a lot of people won't watch this video. I know it was probably super long. I'm sorry. I just wanted to share my story on National Coming Out Day, even though it might not be posted until tomorrow, which is the day after, but I'm taping it on today, so that's all that matters. If this helps at least one person, then I'm happy. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, you think it's weird that I'm talking to myself? I'm sorry.